So like Savannah said at the beginning, we're going to start out with just some like brief tips on like how to continue spreading the word for diversify our narrative, and then we're going to turn it over to Miss Cune, who's going to help us start drafting our emails. So go ahead, Savannah.
All right, so let me know if I'm freezing or cutting out because I have bad internet, but I will try. So a couple things that you can do to help this continue is just definitely sharing the petition as much as possible. It definitely helps. Like one person can get 25 signatures just from the people that they know, and it matters a lot. Another thing is to sign up for our newsletter and put up flyers around town. That is really cool thing to do. You can try to recruit other schools. There's still a lot of schools that we don't have representation from that it would be really nice to get involved. So if you know somebody at a school that you have not seen around here, then let them know. And then also just kind of take it upon yourself to educate yourself about diverse issues and to read diverse literature, because that is what we're going for. And so it's good that if we are all also reading diverse literature while we're trying to get it into our classrooms. We have 235 signatures on our petition, and yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, so Miss Cune, do you kind of just have a plan for like, do you know who we want to send it to first? Like first of all.
Hi, you guys. Is everybody on here? Are they all students at Aldo?
No, we have students from a bunch of different schools.
That's awesome. Will you guys just introduce yourselves to me really quickly? Is that okay? I don't mean to like take over, but I don't know everybody, so that would be really cool. Like maybe just say your name and your grade and where you go to school. So I'm Miss Cune. I'm an English teacher at El Dorado, and I also do a lot of work for the teachers union. And so I do stuff with like contract negotiations, and we often work with senators and reps and stuff. So I'm really happy to help you guys kind of like push forward. But yeah, I just want to quick meet everybody.
I'll go next. I'm Olivia Traub. I also go to El Dorado, and I'm a senior.
I can go next. My name is Augustine Leon Sines, and I am a senior at Albuquerque High.
I can go next. My name is Ashley Elkins, and I'm a senior at Monzano High School.
I can go next. I'm Clarissa Crawford, and I'm also a senior at Monzano High School.
Hi, I'm Maylee, and I'm a sophomore at Eldo.
I'm Alexis, and I'm a senior at El Dorado.
My name is Alex Carnegie, and I'm a junior at Eldo.
And so we also have other people at like other schools and like more people at schools that are also represented here who weren't able to make it today, but like we still have other people we like record our meetings and then post them. So for people who can't make it, but just so you know.
You guys are so impressive. Oh, so impressed. Okay. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this. Augustine, do you know Mrs. Martinez? I think she used to be Harmon, but now she's Martinez English teacher, Avid.
Yeah, she's a great teacher, and I'm super close with her.
Awesome. Yeah, because I sent her some of the info for this because I didn't know if we had any Albuquerque High kiddos, but I knew that she would like jump right on this, and I'm sure she'll be really supportive of any work we can do when you guys can eventually hopefully get like I know you guys are aiming for a task force of teachers and students, so I know that she'd be happy to help with that. She's awesome. So my buddies. Anyway, okay, cool. So I was talking with Melina and Savannah, and we were kind of thinking that instead of starting like huge and invading a board meeting like sometimes happens, that maybe we would try and more proactively reach out to a couple of the leaders in APS. So I'm thinking that the two departments to focus on are curriculum, because they're the people who kind of choose like what things we can adopt. And the head of curriculum is Amy, sorry, I'll type names and I'll give you guys emails too as we move. But Amy Milazzo, she is in charge of curriculum and instruction. And she can be really innovative sometimes. It just depends. But I've worked with her a lot. So she's pretty good. Then there's the other department who I think we should work with is library services. And their lead is awesome. And I haven't worked with her before, but she has an amazing reputation. Her name is Rachel Altabelli. And I think the reason I'm kind of thinking twofold is that from what I can gather, the library group tends to already have a better variety of literature than what you typically get in your classes. Like they're better about buying literature that kind of is more reflective and diverse. And I know that they've pushed some initiatives at the elementary and mid-level pretty well through library services, but I don't think that that's happening at the high school level. So I kind of think a two-prong approach with maybe those two people to start. And then the other adult at APS who would be a really good resource for us is actually also a representative. And her name is Cheryl Williams Stapleton. And she's actually in charge of the CTE department there, like the career technical stuff. But as a representative, sorry, she's a state rep. As a representative, she is someone who has proposed a bill that would allow more flexibility and spending at the local level, the district level for materials. And so I think reaching out to her sometime soon to be like, hey, representative, how can we help you get this bill passed during the next session? So in February, right, when we have the next legislative session, reaching out to her so you can start helping her garner support for that legislation that she's going to push again for the session. I think she's pushed it twice already and it hasn't gone through. But part of the problem with the way that funding is for materials in schools is that when we adopt, say, like text for English classes, the vast majority of that funding is mandated to go towards textbooks, okay, instead of like novels or even smaller anthologies. And so we don't have a lot of discretion. And that's how we ended up with like Springboard. I don't know if any of you guys have had to use Springboard before. Not a lot of fun. But we kind of get stuck with some of those things that they can like afford, I guess, because they can only buy the bigger stuff. So I think like it's good to kind of start with the district level, but also look at how we can maybe help the state re-examine funding in a way that can help you reach your goals too. So that's kind of like the two-prong approach. So I think that you could probably do one letter to Milazzo and Altabelli, and I would just kind of introduce yourselves, you know, like the organization, and say, you know, like we have representatives at multiple high schools, and then outline your goals. And you could even use some of the wording from your petition because it's really well worded and has really clear goals for you. And then, you know, explain like, you know, here's what we want to do, and we want to build something that can continue on. And then I think that your initial ask should be to ask to meet with them, with just those two people, and be like, we really want to meet with you and start discussing our ideas and see if we can move forwards with perhaps a task force with your support, and figure out what the district already has that perhaps schools aren't aware of, and just be kind of humble with it, you know, be like, oh, there might be already things you're doing that we don't know about. And so we need to learn from you, and then we want to try and build with you. And I think that should be the one letter. And then I think the second letter should go to Representative Stapleton and be like, hey, we're aware that you're working on this legislation. Sorry, guys, late. And we want to know how to help you build allies and build support, and kind of like excitement for this legislation so that we can help you get it passed for our organization. So you'd still start by kind of like giving some background and then be like, and this is, and you know, and maybe even offer to meet with her or just ask for advice on what you can do to help her. And she, I don't know if you guys have ever seen her on the news or anything, or if you watch legislative sessions. She's pretty intense, but she's really well intended and she has great ideas, and she talks a lot. So if you meet with her, she'd be someone you'd have to just kind of listen to for a while. But again, she is really, really a big advocate for education, and for especially minority students. So, okay. What other things were you guys thinking of, or what questions do you have? I don't want to tell you what to do because I don't want to steal the student thunder. I can give you as much direction or as little direction as you want.
Yeah, that's all super helpful. So I think what we were thinking is our step could be is now we could start drafting the letters. Maybe start with the ones to Amy and Rachel. And so Savannah, I would do it, but I can't do it on my computer. Would you mind sharing your screen, Savannah, so we could start typing up the letter? Because we want to have everybody's input, and I mean, theoretically, we could do what we did for our petition, where Savannah kind of wrote it and we all edited it. But what do you guys think would work? Oh, that's awesome, Augustine. Okay, definitely let her know that we want to support her, and like we want to help her however we can. That's awesome.
What is that, Augustine? I don't mean to like derail you.
We should all write the letters, like at least the first letter together right now, or would you rather? Yeah, sounds good. Thumbs up, down. You can go ahead and unmute. You don't have to type it.
Okay, sorry. So I can just speak a little bit about that, but it was a bill that's part of a national legislation movement that I introduced in a, I would say like a political debate high school club that I participate in with Miss Olivia Traub called Youth and Government. And it's a bill that works to prohibit hair discrimination that is mainly race-based and that targets you know, Black communities, especially Black women all around the country. And in New Mexico has also affected our Indigenous communities. So I'm kind of leading that, and we just had our first hearing today. So.
That's awesome, and we're all like super, well, at least I'm super psyched. I won't speak for everyone, but I'm like, that's so cool. So anyways, back to the letters. So is everybody cool with us starting to kind of type up our first draft right now? Yes? Okay, sounds good. Savannah, are you good with sharing your screen?
No, I'm also on my Chromebook and it's painfully slow. So,
okay. I'll try.
Melina, if you guys want,
I'm using a different computer than I normally do, so go ahead, Miss Tina.
sorry. I was gonna say, if you guys want, you could do your first draft, and then I can help you format it into a business letter form if you don't know how. If you do know how, just do that. But I can help you format that, and then you guys decide if you want to email it from your organization email, or if you want me to send it with like a preface as an attachment. It's up to you guys. I'm happy to do whatever is helpful, or we can do both.
Yeah, probably both would work, because then we could have the direct communication, but it could also, it's just more of a like, it's harder to ignore multiple people than just one person at a time, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, not that I'm saying I can do that, but just.
So do you want me to stay on while you're drafting, or do you want to just write and then I can like talk it through with you guys maybe next week even, or what's good? I don't want to interrupt your process.
You don't have to stay on if you don't want to, but we definitely want your input on the letter and making it professional and everything. So you are good to go, but maybe next week we can review it with your help.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Well,
their
thank you so much
emails in there for you guys, and then I'll log out, and then I'll touch base with Savannah and Melina later this week. But you guys are super freaking impressive. I'm just, I'm so wowed by you guys. So keep working hard. You're awesome.
Bye. All right. I will share my screen now. Save this one. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, sorry, I'm having some internet troubles. Okay. It's not letting me share. Bye, Miss Kine. Okay, share. Okay, now we got it. So how do we want to start out the letter? And we want all of your guys' input too. We don't just want to be like the only one saying. So what do you guys think?
Well, I guess like she said, just introduce ourselves, outline the goals, and then like ask them about things that they're doing and if we can meet with them. Or yeah, meet with them.
Okay. So like hello, and then we'll change it based on whoever's name we're putting. Hello. Okay, we are in, oops, okay. Also, I'm very bad at spelling, so I apologize in advance. Diversify. Yeah. We are working to gain more literature by type. Cool. Okay, how does that sound to everyone?
In the
And I also can't see you guys, so you're gonna have to unmute. Also, I see the spelling. I'll fix those.
I think it would be good to add in that we are a student-led organization at the beginning, if you think that sounds good.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so we have many student. I don't want to say. I'm going to say we have many students. Okay. We have students from many different high schools across QE, and we are reaching out to ask for your help or your support, or what should we say?
Yeah, for your support to achieve some goals we have.
Maybe you could also say we have students representing different high schools.
Or say
Agreed.
we have student representatives from many different high schools. Either one.
Awesome. Ask for your support. Okay. Maybe a new paragraph. So, should we say like our current goals are, and then we should probably just take them from the petition. Do you have that pulled up, Savannah? Just so we can like match the wording and everything.
Yeah.
So we can kind of say our current goals are, and then we can list them. And then the next part for, okay, we would love to meet with you, oops, just don't worry about it, with you to discuss maybe like how, what do you think? This is where I think we should ask them if like we'd like to meet with them to like see what the district is currently doing, but also like how we can change it better, but in a non-aggressive format.
I think what you just said, like you just said it.
Okay, so we would love to meet with you to discuss what the district is oh my goodness, I apologize for my typing. Currently doing in regards to our literature and how we can utilize this effectively in schools, or utilize this more effectively. Okay. We would also like to discuss how we, well, I don't want to be too presumptuous, how we could work with you to create change. Does that sound good? What does everybody think?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, and this is also like a very rough, like we can make it sound better.
Melina, sorry, for the part where you're saying in regards to our literature, you can say in regards to teaching diverse literature, diverse and inclusive literature.
Okay, thank you. To create this change throughout the district. Okay. Do you have the petition pulled up yet, Savannah?
Yeah.
Okay. So our current goals are
a minimum of at least one book in every English literature.
Oh wait, slow down. Should we list these as
like stick it in there after the meeting?
Okay, that sounds good.
Transcribe it to you. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe thank you for your time and not consideration.
I think consideration's fine.
Okay. Thank you for your time and consideration. Like diversify our narrative APS. We can figure out the exact thing. Okay, so I think that kind of keeping it shorter is probably a good idea because, like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I don't love reading like walls and walls of text, especially from somebody I don't know. But what are your guys' thoughts on just this kind of like a rough outline?
I think maybe it would be good to maybe after go through and find things from our petition that are particularly impactful that like show that we have our stuff together and that this isn't just some like one-off organization, that it's actually going to make some change.
Maybe say we currently like have a petition with however many signatures we have.
236.
Well, yeah, but like we'll probably have more by the time we end up sending it.
Yeah.
Signatures. And you can find it at, we'll add the link. And so this is, we can kind of just show like some of the stuff we've had in place. Okay, does anybody else think, and what will, Savannah and I will add the, like our current goals, and then we'll share it and send it to the like group chat we have. And if anybody's not on the group chat and would like to be, if you're more interested in like taking a more active role, please let us know and we'll definitely add you. We have it on Snapchat, so you can just text or email either Savannah or I, letting us know that you want to be added, and we'll like friend you and add you and everything. But yeah, okay, so we will send that out so everybody can review it and kind of add suggestions about what they think we should add. And then next week we will meet with Miss Kine again, and she'll kind of revise it with us and make it sound more professional and kind of to fit our needs, and we'll end up sending it out. But in the meantime, keep on spreading the petition, keep on getting more people involved, like again, getting your teachers involved and speaking to more and more, as many people as possible as you can at your school is always a super effective way to get more signatures. So does anybody have any questions before we end the meeting?
A couple last minute things to say, just to kind of get everybody's opinion on this. Let's see, the New Mexico Youth Climate Strike emailed us, which is seems to be a pretty big organization about climate activism that would like to collaborate with us and to try to get more education about like specifically the way that climate issues disproportionately affect people of color. And so would everybody be all right with maybe starting to do collaborative things with them, or maybe getting speakers from them and kind of trying to like bring more education and other topics and to diversify our narrative? Does that sound like a good thing for everybody that we'd like to do? Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll talk with them some more and kind of figure out like how we can work with them and help them spread their message and how they can help us. So yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for coming, everybody. As always, let Savannah and I know if you have any questions or need any support or anything. And yeah, have a great day.